We interviewed 8 business students named
Evan Gallagher, Nick,
Stan,
Tyler Rowan,
Anastasia Moyes,
Sierra Stein,
Ben.
I'm Gabby.
2 interviews took place in Jake's apartment in the morning, and the rest were taken in the business school before our 8 a.m. and 9:30 classes. Overall, we found that many of the students had very similar routines, with many of the same delights and frustrations about the morning. This information found about trends and similarities in the morning frustrations made us think about how they could be viewed as opportunities to solve problems for future products or solutions.
Overall, key words that we heard constantly were sleepy, tired, rushed, exhausted, and unmotivated. We found that a lot of the routines shared the same activities such as getting out of bed, showering, eating breakfast, and rushing out the door and going to class. More than half of our subjects said their morning routines did not feel good and made them feel tired, and no one was excited to get out of bed. We also found many similarities in what they liked about the morning, which we will explain more about.
About the frustrating, 6 out of 8 people said their biggest frustrating was getting out of bed.
having to get out of bed.
get out of bed,
Yeah, getting up for the 8 a.m.
getting out of bed,
the point where you have to get out of bed.
actually get up from bed.
When asked why, all 6 said it was because they didn't get enough sleep due to things like homework, social, and poor time management. People said they were tired from partying and socializing, as well as letting time get away from there due to technology, for example, TV and phones. Many also expressed how busy their lives were and felt exhausted in the morning. In addition, one person said being rushed for the bus was the most frustrating, and one person said doing her hair was the most frustrating.
75% of people said that coffee and breakfast was their favorite part of their morning.
Coffee.
Breakfast, drinking coffee, and eating
Eating my cereal.
Breakfast.
These were favorites because it made them feel more energized and more motivated for the day. It also made them feel less tired. Many of them said that they looked forward to food and coffee and that they felt happier and more satisfied because of it. Many of the subjects' body language seemed more relaxed and they smiled when they talked about their food and coffee.
Gathering primary data gave us the advantage of finding similarities and connections in our findings. As we interviewed and reviewed our interviews, we found that there were overwhelming similarities of favorite parts of the morning and least favorite parts of the morning. 75% of people said they did not enjoy getting out of bed, and 75% of people said they enjoyed drinking coffee and eating breakfast. We were able to draw conclusions with this primary data because all of our subjects were students of the same age and they were in the business school, which led us to find connections with morning routines because a lot of them have similar workload, friends, activities, as well as habits of being college students. In fact, almost all of our subjects admitted to not getting enough sleep. The primary data also allowed us to witness direct feedback through body language and facial expressions so that we could clearly gauge feelings. In reviewing the videos, we saw that many subjects rolled their eyes or changed their posture when thinking about waking up in the morning. We learned getting data directly from our subjects was accurate and easy to conduct. It was easy to organize the data and compare it since we directly interviewed people. In the future, this data will be sufficient in finding correlations to help us solve the morning routine problem, especially because we found many trends.
75% of the subjects looked forward to breakfast or their breakfast beverages. Most of them mentioned this because of the motivation and energy that it provided. 90% of the people said they did not get enough sleep and therefore could not get out of bed. 3 out of the 8 subjects described the breakfast they ate in detail when telling us about their favorite part of the routine. Over 90% said something about getting to class and getting their routine over with, and this expressed that they were happy to be done with the morning. One person's favorite part was being done with the morning routine. Over 90% of the people mentioned how they ran out the door to class, and most of them mentioned how they felt rushed and had to get to class. When addressing the constraints, the topic about the morning routine is an easy question for most people to answer. Since we only interviewed 8 people, we just used the time between classes to interview the other students. We made sure to collect data on pleasures and frustrations that occur during college students' early morning routines. When we were developing the findings, most students we interviewed enjoyed having breakfast and coffee in the morning, while the majority of the students interviewed disliked the fact that they got up so early and would enjoy some extra sleep. Some college students would like a product that helps their sleep, as well as one that helps energize them in the morning. Based on these findings, if we wanted to market a product to college students that revolved around this morning routine, we would make sure to emphasize the product's ability to wake them up and shake off the morning grogginess.